How often does the author of a book about a major league pitching star get to say he came to bat against that pitcher? I guess I'm a member of that very lucky select small group. This happened in the summer of 1977 when I came to bat against Dave McNally. Here's how it all got set up. August 30th, 1977, when I was a sports writer at the Billings Gazette, the Billings Mustangs, who were then an affiliate of the Cincinnati Reds, the Mustangs still play at Dealer Park nowadays. Back then it was at Cobb Field, and they are an independent team now, but they were affiliated with the Cincinnati Reds. They scheduled a exhibition game at 7 o'clock that evening, Media All-Stars versus the Billings Boosters. On the Boosters team were all kinds of folks from Billings who had had the proverbial cup of coffee in the major league. The roster included Bob Fry, center field, who had signed a contract with the Mets, Pete Cochran at shortstop, and Dale Fairley, right field, who had gotten contracts with the Dodgers. Bob Wilson got his shot with the Indians. He was a catcher. Ron May at first base had been with the Pirates. The starting pitcher was Woody Hahn, who had been with the Cardinals. Side note, he was one of the first American Legion baseball stars in the early 50s for Eddie Bain's Billings Legion Post 4, starting the parade of excellence that Billings had that put Billings on the national map. Dave McNally was in relief, plus Bill Hurlburt, who had been with the Phillies, and I'm not sure how this man came into the picture, Marty Howe. He had been an ex-Toronto Maple Leafs hockey player, the Media All-Stars. Let's start with the most illustrious of them all, Addison Bragg, my longtime colleague at the Gazette, a heck of a columnist, but what his baseball chops were, I have no idea. Warren Rogers, my boss as sports editor. Warren Kemper, KGHL announcer for the Mustangs. He was the manager. Me, a young sports writer. This was a couple years into my first stint, well, actually my second stint at the Gazette, counting the time I had been a part-time sports writer while I was in high school. Vic Miller from KTVQ, as well as Bill Aldrich and Glenn Hebert from that station. Dennis Sattler from KBMY Radio. Lane Saunders from Cook. Lonnie Bell from Coyne. Larry Kane, Rob Burns, and Ed Howard from KULR TV in Billings. The setup was that we played 3 innings, we being the Media All-Stars versus the Billings Boosters, and then came the regularly scheduled game between the Mustangs and Lethbridge. I don't know what inning I came up. It's been so long ago. It's almost a half century ago, but at one point I came to bat and Dave was pitching. Now remember, Dave was not a fastball artist. He had an okay fastball, but he was not Nolan Ryan. His method of winning 184 games in the major leagues relied largely on breaking pitches, curveballs, sliders, and that. So I come to bat, and Dave fires his first pitch. I didn't see it. Umpire says, strike 1. Second pitch. I didn't see it. Strike 2. Now remember, too, that I don't have Ted Williams style eyesight, but I'm okay. Dave goes into his windup. Here comes the third pitch. Strike 3. You're out. I trudged to the dugout, not knowing that a half century later I would be writing the first biography of the man standing on the mound, Billings' own Dave McNally.